welcome back to another episode of The Cure for Cowardice. Now, in this one, I'm not sure exactly how to word it. I want to talk about how we use emotion as an excuse for our behavior. Now, I've made similar videos talking about specific examples, but I think it's a much bigger problem because we give each other too much leeway, especially when it comes to things like anxiety and depression and this and that. And the reason that I throw the finger quotes up is, number one, because there are plenty of people who feel anxious but say that they have a anxiety problem, and then that's like immediately an excuse that they could always go to. It's like when things get stressful, like, oh, I have anxiety, which extends to, oh, I'm having a panic attack, which means that they can't get anything fucking done, which means that everybody else that relies on them now has to sit there and be like, oh, let me just wait for this panic attack to settle. And it's like, yes, anxiety and panic attacks and whatnot are real things, but the vast majority of people who claim to have them really just don't know how to handle stress and really just use it as an excuse to buckle under pressure. And the same could be said for depression. It's like people will have a bad couple weeks and be like, I'm depressed, I can't work, I can't hang out, I can't do this or that. And it's like there is a massive difference between preferring to not do something and actually not being able to do something. And I want to be very clear, I am somebody who in the past would have described myself as anxious and as stressed. As depressed. Stressed too. Fuck it, throw that in there. But what it really comes down to is the stuff needs to get done. And our options are to either let every little feeling that comes up be labeled and be used as an excuse to not do it, knowing, here's the important part, knowing that everybody else in our fucking Western society, actually I don't even know if it's just a Western thing or if it's just a modern thing, but knowing that anybody else in our society is going to hear that excuse and go, oh, it's okay, don't worry about it, it happens, you're okay, blah, 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 blah. And they're going to let it fucking slide that you just dropped the ball. And then for the rest of your life, every time that things get difficult, you have permission to drop the ball if you don't feel like fucking staying on task, if you don't feel like getting the thing done. And so it isn't just a detriment to the group that you are doing things for. It isn't just a detriment to your teammates or coworkers or whatever other environment you find yourself in. It's a detriment to you, because if you can fall back on these labels every time shit gets hard, what do you think you're gonna do every time shit gets hard? You think one day you're gonna wake up and be like, you know what? I'm dealing with this anxiety and depression that I normally do, and things are really difficult, but you know what? Today I'm gonna just push through and I'm just gonna do the things that I need to do anyway. It's like, you really think that happens? No, people fucking very slowly will spiral throughout their lives. And they'll use phrases like, I just can't, or I can't even. and all this fucking shit. And it's like, people just look for excuses to drop the fucking ball, whether it be on a specific task or their entire lives. And if it's a reason that's socially acceptable, all the better, because then they don't have to feel the shame and the guilt that comes with other people knowing they're full of shit. And honestly, I would say that in a lot of cases, in most cases, other people do know that you're full of shit when you say that. They know. They're not stupid. They've used the same excuses themselves. The difference is, people use it to varying degrees. And if you're the person who is always being who is always struggling with your mental illnesses, it's like, we're all fucking mentally ill, bro. Everybody's gone through some shit. You can slap whatever label you want, fucking trauma, PTSD, fucking mommy and daddy didn't hug you enough. You can slap whatever fucking label you want on it and use that as an excuse to never achieve the things that you want in life. Or you can just fucking move forward. And as you move forward, you will feel anxiety, and you will feel sad, and you will feel hopeless, and there will be moments where you're like, I don't know how the fuck I'm going to do this. But instead of using that as an excuse for dropping the ball and fucking giving up on whatever it is that you're trying to do, because it's socially acceptable to give up and fucking try and fail and not even really try because you always know that you can do that. It's like, when you do that, it's not just everybody else that you're letting down, and it's not just yourself, it's fucking society as a whole. It's like, this is why people are miserable, because they go to their fucking friends and they go, sometimes I feel sad. Sometimes I don't want to get out of bed. I don't really feel like going to work today. When there's a project that I need to get done, I feel stressed. And their friends go, that sounds like anxiety, depression, bipolar, fucking slap whatever other fucking label you want on it. PTSD, OCD, that sounds like XYZ. You should go to a doctor. You should go to therapy. And you know what those fucking doctors and therapists do? Oh yeah, I'm actually trained to be able to tell you that you are suffering from anxiety, depression, OCD, fucking XYZ. And of the people who may actually have a chemical imbalance in their brain, maybe a small percentage of them. And the rest of them are just regular ass people who are describing symptoms that are part of the human fucking condition. And then those people not only get a doctor's note to fucking a free pass to give up on fucking trying hard for the rest of their life and to be okay failing with everything that they ever try. As soon as it gets hard, they get a free fucking pass signed by somebody licensed by the fucking institutions that we fucking pay our lives to. But then those fucking doctors, therapists, whatever fucking quack jobs you want to call them, also get paid to prescribe you medicine. And you know what that medicine does? It gives you fucking chemical imbalances in your brain. And so the cycle repeats. And somebody's born and goes, oh, my family has a history of anxiety, depression, anger issues, OCD, bipolar, fucking... And the whole thing repeats on a bigger and bigger scale. And it's like, this got pretty ranty, but this is something that bothers the fuck out of me. It's like, if you are stressed, that is part of the human condition. If you are anxious, that is part of the human condition. If you are sad, Again, you are probably not depressed. You probably do not have a generalized anxiety disorder. You don't have social anxiety. You're not that good at fucking social situations. And so you're gonna feel stressed when you're in them because you haven't been in that many. You haven't put yourself through anything hard. And so when you feel something hard, it feels unnatural. You're not having a fucking panic attack. You just don't have control over your emotions. It's like, fuck, man. How long are we going to let ourselves be victims to this whole fucking mental illness facade? And this may be really triggering for some people. And honestly, fucking be triggered, dude, because that is just yet another excuse that you can use for not achieving what you want to in life. And I want to be clear. I am somebody who has a history of anxiety and and fucking depression and chemical imbalances in their family, on both sides of my family. And you know what? Who the fuck cares? I have to go out every day and do the shit that I need to do. And those emotions can either be a crutch that I use and use as an excuse to never fucking achieve what I want to in life, and the cycle just repeats, or I can say, who cares, and just fucking move on and try and do the shit that I need to do anyway. Anyway, I think that's what I got. I was a little bit more rude, I guess, about it. Because I'm tired. Fucking, you get the idea. Anyway, quit being fucking weak-minded. You're better than that. Just go out and do the shit that you need to do. And if you feel emotions, so be it. Move the fuck on. Be a person. Don't be a fucking victim. Anyways, I'll catch you all on the flip side.